welcome to Film Fiend. My name is Seb, and today I'm reviewing Infested. So, Infested is directed by my namesake Sebastian Vanacek and is written by him and Florent Bernard, who have teamed up again for their next film, which is the next installment in the Evil Dead franchise called Evil Dead Burn. But Infested follows residents of a rundown French apartment building as they battle against an army of deadly arachnids. This was Vanacek's debut feature film and is the film that got him the job as director on Evil Dead Burn, which will be his sophomore effort, and you can really see why he was given that opportunity after making this film. With Infested, he most definitely proved that he has more than a firm grasp on the fundamentals of horror filmmaking, and it shows that he has his own unique style and vision. This film is awesome. It's stylish, tense, thrilling, claustrophobic, and squirm inducing, and has got to be one of the, if not the best, spider based horror films ever. It's a French production, so obviously it's a French language film, and Vanacek evidently had a clear vision, and for a debut, it's very impressive. It's really solidly crafted and has a unique visual flair. There's a texture and a modality that feels distinctive. It features French language music choices that really add to the unique ambience, and the setting itself feels tactile and authentic. The space feels lived in, and the attention to detail when it comes to the set design is very impressive. The main location, which is a housing project, has a grounded and realistic tactility, and when the film gets going with its horror scenes, the setting feels really oppressive and claustrophobic. There's a couple of sequences that are edited like a montage, which adds to the stylish flair this film has, and there's an energy to the filmmaking that sets it apart from its contemporaries. Vanacek definitely has his own unique voice, and he had a clear cut vision for this film that he was able to fully realise on screen. When it comes to the storytelling, I admire Vanacek's confidence to take the time to establish the setting, really work on character development, and set the stage for what's to come. The characters are really well fleshed out, which adds to their authenticity. They're multidimensional with relatable and understandable dynamics, and they are all totally believable as a group of youngsters traversing an unusually horrifying situation whilst dealing with their own interpersonal drama. Vanacek knows that it's integral to lay the groundwork so that when the characters end up in adverse situations, the audience is already invested and therefore cares about the outcome for the characters, and you're rooting for them all the way through. In addition, the protagonist is a complex and intriguing character. He's flawed and virtuous, which makes him all the more interesting and compelling as the main character, and Theo Christin brings a sincere pathos to the role. The tonal balance in this film is impressive as the tone shifts and fluctuates from being scary, thrilling, and tense to being more somber and serious, with some moments that are actually quite moving. The balance Vanacek strikes here is remarkable, and his ability to switch from an entertaining spider based horror thriller hybrid to a moving character drama is very impressive, and it all rests on the really great character development. But along with this well-rounded character work comes, of course, some genuine tension and scares. There's many shots with spiders in the background crawling out of vents and across walls that really triggered my arachnophobia. There's some really squirm-inducing moments depicting abominable arachnids that made my skin crawl. And there's a scene involving a web and spider-infested hallway that is an arachnophobic's nightmare.
Is it on me? I feel like it's on me. I got.
The camera work during these sequences is really great. It's kinetic and creative, which really adds to the tension and thrills, keeping the energy up throughout. I will say that as the spiders got progressively bigger, I didn't find them as scary because for me, when it comes to spiders, it's the realism that gets me. But regardless of that, if you don't like spiders, you're definitely going to be getting skin crawling shivers throughout this film. The finale is really intense, culminating in an emotionally fraught standoff of sorts, and Vanacek does the very French thing of making the story about dissent and revolt, and it ultimately takes on a different flavour, becoming a social commentary about class struggle and state control. So overall, this film is really, really good. Vanacek manages to juggle great character work with tense horror sequences, social commentary, and poignant character moments, and he does all this with a unique visual flair, making this film an extremely distinctive and entertaining experience. It's a horror, thriller, creature feature hybrid that stands out from the pack, and is surely the best modern spider based horror film. Infested really has its own identity, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Sebastian Vanacek has in store for us with his next film, Evil Dead Burn. So that was my review of Infested. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.